talk to us about what you got out of these 2 days. Was there anything you did get out that you wanted to?
Yeah, I thought these past 2 days were very productive. I think yesterday was good, and we came back today and had another really good day of practice, and it went really well to me. Got really good looks offensively, defensively, against different schemes, different players, and we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish out of it.
You played them on the actual game. What's the thinking about C.J. Stroud and other starters on offense and defense? Do you plan to play C.J. much more first team offense?
Yeah, with our game this week, we'll play all our players will play. All our players will see time in the game, and that's how we'll go about it. C.J. will go out first, again, as he did last week, and we'll judge the game as it goes along.
Do you expect Blake Casper to be ready to play?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if Blake is ready.
Did you see those long catches? 2 great plays that DeMeco made, one down the left side, one cut across the middle.
I spent most of my time today with the defense, making sure
He made
we were
2
good.
great catches. What do you tell us about Nico and what he's done and what your expectations are?
And Nico, throughout camp, he's shown that he's a big play threat. Deep passes down the field. He's made a lot of big-time plays in practice, and we're expecting him to do the same thing when it comes to the games.
DeMeco, substance-wise, these 2 days give y'all a lot more gristle on the ball as opposed to the game situation?
I think these situations going into joint practices, what do they do for us? I think it's really important because you're able to get competitive work, yet it's in a controlled environment. So we can go through situational football, things that may not come up in the game. We're able to work those things together, right, in a controlled manner. And I think that's when you get the most benefit out of these practices.
First game, head coach, NRG Stadium. Do you have anything you want to say to fans?
For my first game as head coach at the NRG Stadium, I'm just excited for all our fans just to show up, show out, be loud for us. Even though it's a preseason game, it definitely means a lot to our players when we see the stands packed and people are there encouraging us, cheering for us. It means a lot to our players. So that's my message to the fans. Like, please show up and support us. Our offensive line is still working through things. They still have things to improve on, not only the offensive line, just as a team. I think each position, not to single out one group, each position has something to improve upon. And that's what training camp is all about. And guys are heading in the right direction. You do see guys getting better each day, and that'll continue to be a process all throughout the year.
How does interior pressure complicate offense?
I think interior pressure is something that really stops all offenses, right? You have to be solid in the middle of your offense, right? You want to be solid in the middle of your defense. You want to be able to threaten the pocket as quickly as possible. So there's a competition right there. Who's going to stand up and make the play? And we have to be, really good in the middle of our offense as a center, the guard positions, back stepping up, and protection as well. Guys have to be solid there.
Some of the technical things that maybe you liked and maybe you didn't like so much that happened in today's practice?
Today's practice was overall, I thought it was really good. There were things to learn from on both sides. I think overall, but it is very beneficial to get a lot of tape, good tape, where guys can see themselves. What did they do wrong? Things that they did well, and you can continue to grow as a player. So that I think today and yesterday were very productive.
A couple more, good. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Nico.
Hot mic. Man, Blitz, that's my guy right there. I ain't gonna lie, I wish I would have thought of that name before I named my puppy, but you know, Cali suits are just fine. The joint practices? Oh, I feel like it was a great work. Cause this is my first one. You know, I done heard about it before. Everybody done seen the DeAndre Hopkins ones. You know, the hard knocks one. But just actually having my own and going against Bradley Chubb and guys like that, and seeing Tyreek yesterday and seeing Tua work, you know, it kind of, you know, it's motivating. You know, to see how those guys practice and see how those guys stack days, and it gave us an opportunity to see where we at against against another color. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a preseason game, but like, you know, practices are different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little more intense, a little more methodical. We're running more plays. We're doing different things that we are doing in the game. So it's really like just playing live ball and see how we react to some of those guys. But it was great work. Great work up front. Great work by the linebackers. Secondary and receivers were battling. I feel like it was a great practice overall.
DP, you hear from DeMeco all the time talk about how your defense swarms. This defense feels like it kind of closes the gap. Did you kind of notice that, especially when they were setting the edge?
Edge, yeah, but gap-wise, I feel like that's where they got in trouble a little bit because they two gappers. They got a lot of guys who like to play peekaboo, and I'll play peekaboo right back. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to stay there, I'm going to keep you there. I'm going to go get my cutback lane. So appreciate you. Thank you.
How much do you want to play on Saturday?
I have no clue. I'm going to be live, though.
How do you feel like about where you are? Do you feel good about where you are at this point in camp? Just your body, how you're getting?
You making me feel good. I feel good. Coach GB, he's still on me. But I can tell that by the way he's on me that I'm growing, because he's not repeating the same thing twice. I'm trying not to make the same mistakes twice. We're working on the little things to make me a great player and to make me a better teammate. And ultimately, take some of that pressure off CJ in the huddle, take some of that pressure off CJ in the game, because the better we are as an offense, the less pressure that's going to be on him, the more clean things are going to look. But, you know, right now he's working. That's one thing I can say about CJ. He's working every day, getting that playbook, getting those calls out. It really ain't the plays, it's the calling. You know, you get a little tongue-tied sometimes, but, you know, we're going to be all right. And as far as my development goes, you know, I feel like I'm bounds and leaps ahead of where I was last year this time, because last year this time my head was spinning. You know, during camp, I'm trying to remember plays. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I see how CJ feel, of course. But just now, the game slowed down tremendously. I can say that the game has slowed down tremendously. And whenever I do mess up, it's kind of like, it's kind of fringe, you know what I'm saying? Like, DP, I see what you saw, but for coaching purposes, let's do this. So, you know, all the mistakes are coming down to a minimum. No more MAs, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel better, man. I feel more in shape, feel better mentally, feel sharper. And you know, I'm ready to have a good season.
Do you feel like you're being a little more in the passing game?
Yes. So that's why I'm losing weight, man. Still got to run all them routes.
You called the playbook, the Bible earlier
Yeah,
in the preseason.
Play with this thick dog.
How far are you guys in the New Testament yet with some of that stuff?
Man, listen. Last time I checked, we was on John.
The whole setting got close to 1,000. You're also a Pro Bowl alternate. Is the Pro Bowl something you think about, being recognized as one of the best backs?
Of course. Pro Bowl is something I feel like every player look forward to. Just getting that recognition from your peers around the league and the guys you played against, and seeing the guys that you play this game with and acknowledge you in that way is like a bigger honor than, you know, somebody on Twitter, oh, I think he's a top running back in the league, or he's top 10, this and that. You know, I feel like the applaud from the guys that you actually play against, the guys that's in the league, the guys that's in the same shoes as you are, that hits way different than, you know, anybody. I think the only person that probably top it is hearing my mama saying I'm the best. You know what I'm saying?
Did that help you a lot as far as the roots and the things that are still in you?
Say again?
Growing up in a small town, how does that help with the roots there and what was instilled in you, the values?
Yeah. Of course. Just being humble. That's really one of the main ones that got me as far as I am today. Just being humble, patient. You know, as hard it is to be patient, just patience, and just trusting in yourself. And because like at the end of the day, if you working hard and you putting the work in, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So really, just finding that inner peace within yourself, knowing that you're doing everything you can to be the best. Because at that point, you don't got nobody to blame with yourself. Like if I was, you know, half in it, coming out here not, you know what I'm saying, going half speed, you know, I'm hurting myself and then I'm hurting my team ultimately. So the best way to look at that is how good can I be for my team And then when they see me being my best for them, it's going to feed off on them. And, you know, it's just going to be infectious.
Let's see 2 more.
David, you just finished talking about some of the developments that you have seen and gone into your second season. How much of that do you credit to Coach Danny Berry? Because it seemed like every time you talk about your development, you always refer back to it.
I would say like 93%. Like 93%. Because the routine I'm on is my rookie routine. Like, he used to have me come in early, stay late. But I don't do the stay late part no more because I'm not a rookie no more. But come in early, just my habits. It's really just habitual. All my habituals are kind of, you know, DB did a great job of just grooming me into the player that I am off the field. Because on the field, he was like, that's the easy part. The easy part is on the field. The hard part is maintaining it, doing it every day, having the same routine day in, day out, waking up when you sore, waking up when that back ain't get, you know what I'm saying, when that back tight, you know what I'm saying, just keep going. But and also my study habits. And he's very clear on the vision he has for me. Even when I don't see that vision for myself, like I had an interview earlier, he was like, how do you feel being, you know, 61 yards shy of 1,000 yards? You know, I couldn't imagine that, but DB saw that from day one. He saw that, you know, the potential I had, and he brought that up out of me. So I credit a lot to Coach Danny, and he gonna stay on me. I don't care if I was a year 10 vet, he'll still be on me like I was a rookie. So that's one thing I like about DB. He gonna be the same him every day, and he gonna bring the same intensity every day. He gonna hold me to a standard, a high standard.
You just mentioned that.
Close with Stephanie.
Come on, Stephanie, you got last one, make it a good one, baby.
No, I have it for you. First home game. What do you want to say to fans?
Be loud, be safe, be present, and don't eat too many chili dogs at the concession stand.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Hey, you want your picture? All right, we can start with questions.
What do you think about the work that y'all got these last 2 days?
I think it was pretty good going against Miami, going against a different defense. I think today was really good to learn from. I think yesterday we went out there and made a lot of plays, kind of doing our thing. I think today was really good for us because we had a lot of, I think, ups and downs throughout practice, and being able to balance that and being able to not let our lows get too low and being able to bounce back and just pick back up and not be in a lull and not let the down plays continue. So I think going against a different defense, seeing something different and knowing how to respond when we don't execute on one play.
Over the course of your career, you recognize the value of these joint practices as, say, opposed to a preseason game?
Yeah, sometimes I think just depends how you practice. I think we practice pretty well here. I think we compete really well. Our defense gives us a great look throughout the week. And I think obviously seeing something different, seeing a different defense is really good for our offense, our line, our quarterbacks, even our receivers, seeing different coverages. But it just depends. It depends on how competitive you practice. I think we have a really good tempo here. I think the only plus really is seeing a different defense and seeing something different. But I love our tempo here. I love how we practice. So it goes back and forth. It depends.
What are your thoughts on Tank Dell so far in training?
Amazing coming in, making plays as a rookie, being able to not only execute on the pass plays. I think you guys aren't really seeing what he does in the run game as well. Always fronting up and being a guy who making sure his defender doesn't make the tackle, which is really good for a receiver, a young receiver and a receiver of his size. Being able to be involved in the run game and not only be a pass receiver. I think that's really good for our offense and for his career being so young.
As a veteran, are there moments that you have with Tank outside of practice, like in meeting rooms? What are those things like whenever you try to help out a rookie?
Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. I think in this game, it's a lot of like coaching and do this and do that. And I think at the end of the day, it's like when I first got in the league, I had a receiver coach who said, you know how to get open. You're here for a reason. Be you is good enough. And year 11, I'm here, and I'm kind of just telling the same guys the same message I was taught is don't do anything extra. Don't do anything like, oh, I'm in the NFL, I have to do this and I have to do that. No, obviously you're here for a reason. Be you, be confident, be yourself, and let your game do the work. And it's the reason why you're here. Keep doing what you're doing. I think Tank, I'm just feeding him confidence and he's a great receiver, a great technician in his craft, and I just tell him, be yourself, Tank. You'll be really good for us.
Robert, sorry if you can't answer, didn't ask this question, but CJ was named to start for tomorrow's game. What do you think about what he's done so far, or in 2 days? What do you think about what he's done so far and to get into this point?
I think he's growing as a quarterback. I think this is our first joint practice going into preseason 2, and he's grown and learned so much since we first got here. And even from the first preseason game to these 2 practices, I think we're constantly learning and growing as a team, and seeing him grow as a quarterback, seeing different defenses, different looks, commanding the offense. I think it's really good for our offense and for our quarterback to be able to compete, see different things. He's going into this game as a starter, getting another game opportunity. Fill it out and get used to it and be ready to go for the real action.
And is there anything that's different about him that you may not have seen in other kind of young quarterbacks that you maybe admire, or something that may have impressed you?
Yeah, I would just say I mentioned it was kind of a story that happened just after OTAs going for training camp. Just a young quarterback, rookie quarterback, taking initiative of getting the receivers together in LA. He's like, I'm gonna be in LA training with my coach. Get the guys to come out and have a training session. If everybody who's available come out here and throw, I think that's really good for a young quarterback to gather his guys and get together and make sure that timing is always important and intact. I think it's one of the things where he didn't really say, I want to go to LA and just work on my game. He kind of wanted everybody to improve their game and work together, and I think keep building the team. I think that's the biggest thing that we get, 6 months or 7 months out the year, it seems like. But being able to take advantage of those other months and those other times to be together and still be a team, I think that helps build a championship culture.
Let's do 2 more.
Robert, DP was saying that CJ understands the playbook right now. The hard part is the execution of the play calling. Does that just help with experience in the NFL when going out and live reps?
Yeah, I would say so. I think once you grasp the offense, obviously it's a lot. It is a mental challenge, but once you get that, then you obviously have the physical attributes to make all these throws and make all the reads. It's really just about seeing it and seeing how fast it happens. There's often times where CJ has to turn his back to the defense and still be able to make a precise throw. It's all about trust. It's all about precision from him, the line, and receivers. In this offense, it's a lot of timing and precision type routes. And it's all about repetition, being at the right spot at the right time for your quarterback to trust and let it go.
All good? Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.